Hi, Pisces Sun and Rising. Welcome to your June 2024 Astro Update. It's Raina here. Gemini is a fellow mutable sign, and Gemini rules your fourth house of home and family. So you can expect that the first half of the month is going to be concentrated on transits in this area of life. So concerns about your domestic situation will likely be front and center. Starting from the latter part of May, specifically on May 25th, Jupiter enters the sign of Gemini right after the Sun enters a few days earlier. And that starts the ball rolling. So as we enter the month of June, we have the Sun there, we have Venus there, and we have Jupiter in that fourth house. Venus and Jupiter are very, good. I mean, they're considered benefic planets, so they can be connected to money. So there might be money for a new property or money from a property that you've sold. Money from your mother. Some people would say the father, one of your parents. And so on the 3rd of the month of June, Mercury goes into this house, and Mercury can be contracts. So again, this really favors people selling or buying property where money is changing hands. You might be talking about a property or researching it. 3 days later, the new moon is here at 16 degrees of Gemini. So this is a 6/6 portals I've been talking about. And I just did Aquarius's reading, and I was saying, come to think of it, Gemini is connected with the Lover's card in the tarot. And so I don't see how that would necessarily apply to this particular reading, but in terms of the Venus connection, Venus is connected to the number 6. So since this is on 6/6, it could be that, because Venus can also be money. So this may be very good for purchasing property or being able to sell a property. And the new moon here could be some kind of development that is happening on the home front with your, your personal life. On the 9th, we have Mars going into Taurus, which is a friendly angle to you. Taurus is your 3rd house. Pisces, and this is the house of social media, of teaching people stuff, of learning some stuff. It's media in general. It's communication in general, thinking in general, your mind in general. Mars here can give you insatiable curiosity. Now, it might just not be random. There might be a specific thing that you're just really wanting to learn more about, but it can also throw you into some kind of conflict with siblings or competition with siblings. That's a 3rd house matter, is siblings or aunts, uncles, cousins. But of course, our brothers and sisters are usually closer to us than those other people. And I'm wondering if this has anything to do with the activity in the 4th house. Maybe you're having a new relationship with your mother, and your siblings all of a sudden, or one of them, hears about this and is competitive, or is doing something that you feel like you have to one up them. Or it's not so much that you might be feeling that way, but there might be some kind of vying for the parents' attention or approval. Even if you don't consciously want to do it, you may feel like if you're having a good relationship with your parent, the other sibling feels threatened by that and has to outdo you. And so then that kind of throws you into that. Hopefully there's nothing like that. It doesn't mean that there has to be. But some kind of conflict in general with a sibling. Third house can be a neighbor. But it may be as simple as you're really getting active about creating a presence online. Like, for instance, when people start a YouTube channel, which can be social media, they may make a lot of videos on the front end just to try to build up their channel. So they're very active in that process. Or you're writing a blog or whatever you're doing. Maybe you're studying, you're taking some kind of training so that you can get some sort of credentials for something. On the 17th, Venus and Mercury both go into Cancer on the same day. And that is, for you, that's the 5th house. And that's a trine situation. This is a fellow water sign. So that's very nice. What is going on with you? Well, I don't know. But Venus and Mercury going into this 5th house can be about, like, Venus can be appreciation of art. 5th house as creativity can also be your pastimes, your hobbies. A lot of Pisces people are into the arts, and you may even be an artistic person yourself. So you may be inspired. Maybe you're going to art galleries to inspire yourself. Mercury can be communication. Maybe it's going to plays, or you're writing a play, or writing, lyrics to music, whatever. Talking to the 5th house can be love, new love interests. There will be a new moon here in early July. So you might be ahead of that. You might be talking to someone that you're interested in. Maybe even dating. But it's not necessarily that serious. It's just getting to know someone, perhaps. But just having fun in general. But especially if it has a cerebral slant to it and, that sort of thing. The summer solstice is on the 20th in Cancer. What a great day to spend out in nature. 5th house can be any kind of thing that you find pleasurable, but it's such a mystical time. It's the winter solstice down under. Full moon at 1 degree of Capricorn on the 21st. Falls in the th house for you. There is a possibility for some of you that this is actually going to be your 10th house, since it's only at 1 degree of Capricorn. If it's in your 10th house, this could be recognition with career, maybe even promotion, or even for some people, leaving a career. In the 11th house, it can bring some kind of long-range goal to fruition. Maybe something that you began at the beginning of the year in January comes to fruition now. Also, this can be an increase in money from the work that you're doing. This 11th house is the house of gains. So that is a possibility. And then on the 29th, Saturn goes retrograde at 19 degrees of Pisces in your sign. So Pisces people who are ruled by Neptune, as well have had the assistance of Saturn to keep them disciplined and organized, because Neptune is a very, it's a dreamy sort of energy, doesn't have boundaries. Saturn has strict boundaries, but now Saturn is retrograding, and you're going to, maybe there are not these outer structures to keep you, on task. You're going to be looking at it from an internal point of view. And for some people, any of the goals that you've been having, you may tweak them along the way, because whether, you've had time to see whether or not they're working. You've had Saturn here for, I don't know, it's probably been at least 15 months when this transit occurs, this retrograde. So, you might be reviewing things and saying, what am I doing? I'm looking to the outer world to provide the structure, but what am I doing on my part? So no matter what situation I find myself in, I don't have to feel like there's chaos that's accompanying my life, because this is your first house. So for those people, that full moon that might have been in your 10th house, that could be retirement. And it can be quite daunting to go from having this, organized kind of life, this routine, to just a completely blank slate. And so you have to develop that inner discipline. It can't all be like structured on the outside, in other words. So this is something you're going to be working with for the next few months. So that's what I have for you, Pisces. I hope that this resonated. If you would like a private reading, I'm promoting my double readings called my deep dive readings, because they're a package deal. So you're getting a discount. It's an hour of natal chart analysis with at least an hour of transits for a special price. I have other types of readings, love, career, etc. You can find out more information in the link below. Thanks for listening. Bye.